Ngomong. Hello? 1, 2, 3. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever it is where you are. My name is Nirahai Alifa Hekagiri, and you can all call me Nai, and today I am your Master of Ceremony. On behalf of Dian Didaktika Senior High School, we welcome all of you to join the International Film Exhibition. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of our guests for making time to join us today in our special event. I would like to personally thank the principal of Dian Didaktika Senior High School, Mr. Ruslan, and of course our special guests, Mr. Xander Fernandez and Mr. Luti from SMK Rus. Secondly, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event, which include PT Admi Indonesia, PT KEA, PT Hutama Karya Infrastruktur, PT Karya Para Mandiri, PT Pegadaian, PT Asuransi Tugu Pratama Indonesia, Bank Pratama Asuransi Astra Buana, PT Surveyor Indonesia, PT Jasindo, PT Adi Raya Mandiri, Bisnet, Rexona Teens Dreamy and Men Adventure, PT PLN Icon Plus, PT Paragon Technology and Innovation, Pixie, Mitra Pelajar, BPRS Al-Salam. I would also like to thank our media partnerships, Info Lomba, Event Fest ID, and finally I would also like to thank our partnerships, Sanggar Gita Mustika Budaya, IDS, Lasalle College, Rumah Sakit Mayapada, and special thanks to BPJS Tenaga Kerja. And of course, I would like to to offer our greatest gratitude to our teachers and mentors throughout the process of making this event possible. Now, before we begin, I'd like to welcome onto the stage the head of the Indonesian Student Movie Awards, Rafaela, to say welcoming statements. Rafaela, the stage is all yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear Mr. Soleh Hardanto, as Deputy Chairman of the Dian Didaktika Culture and Arts Institution and also as the Supervisor of ISMA, the speakers Mr. Xander Fernandez and Mr. Ludi from Indonesia, supervising teachers, and also all the friends who I am always proud of. We thank you for taking the time, ladies and gentlemen and all friends who are present in this morning. I am Rafaela Konita Chart as the Festival Director of Indonesian Students Movie Awards Volume 8 welcomes you all. Let me explain a bit our events today. Our event today is called International Film Exhibition, or IFE, which is one of the events from the entire series of Indonesian Students Movie Awards Volume 8 events. This event facilitates global student filmmakers in developing creativity and also acknowledging about the filmmaking cultures all around the world, with Mr. Xander Fernandez from the US and also Mr. Ludi from Indonesia. We hope that our events today could contribute to the progress of cinema and the character of student filmmakers. I think that's enough from me. More or less, please forgive me. I am Rafaela Konita Chart. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now, let's begin the International Film Exhibition by watching our first movie called A Letter to My Inner Child, directed and produced by Xander Fernandez. It's a short film that talks about the essence of youth and growing up. Before I spoil too much, let's go ahead and watch the movie together.
What the fuck? Hey Zan. How are you doing, bro? I remember the time when you thought the world felt limitless, where this dream of becoming a full-time creator filled your heart. You saw the whole world as your oyster. And funny enough, this silly and corny idea of living every day as it's your last, you live by so passionately. It was our promise. Do you remember the day you bought your first camera? The G7X? That little thing will become your whole world. And dude, the things you'll make with it for the next 6 years will be awesome. And to your surprise, I hardly ever use it now. That's because you now own this bad boy. And well, all this other shit too. But most importantly, I find it crazy to see how far your efforts have come. You became more than just a creator. You became an artist, and eventually, you'll start to meet new people with the same creative drive. You'll even start doing projects that you never once thought you would do. Oh, and bro, you're even getting paid now. Well, it's not much, but it's a lot better than the free work you're going to do. And man, you will do a lot of those. But no matter the circumstances, you would do anything if it meant the silly dream of yours get closer to reality. That was until you lost sight of what really mattered. Because at some point, I felt like you were going nowhere. It's been years, and yet you're nowhere near where you want to be. Because all this hard work you put in came to nothing. You started to doubt yourself. Maybe I wasn't good enough. There would be days when you just didn't want to do anything. You would doom scroll your life away. You lost direction of our promise. And sometimes it really felt like I let you down. I just wish I could have done better for you. But at the end of the day, man, you'll be alright. The struggle will be inevitable, and you're gonna have to remind yourself that your failures are part of the process. You just have to trust it. Great things will take time, so enjoy while you're still young. You'll find your light eventually, but in the meantime, don't be too hard on yourself. Be grateful for what you have right now, because I know wherever I am in this journey, you'll always be proud of me, and that's what keeps me going.
Okay, so what do you think about the film, guys? Because I loved it. Before I go on a rant, please welcome the producer of this film, Xander Fernandez. Okay, before we get into the real questions, I would like to say thanks to on behalf of all the IFE team for attending today's event. We are very grateful for this opportunity. Now, Mr. Xander, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name's Xander Fernandez.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me here, by the way. But yeah, I'm a 20-year-old filmmaker based here in the US, Sacramento and Los Angeles.
I
So
see,
yeah.
I see.
Is there
Okay,
any
so now we'll dive into some questions that I hope you'll be willing to answer.
Okay, sure.
Firstly, this film is quite intimate in the way that it shows your journey through your creative career throughout the years, whether it was good or bad. So, what drove you into making this film and to share your personal struggles and feelings through your journey?
That's a good question. So the initial reason why I created this in the first place was because one of my friends hosted a gallery where the theme was trying to connect with your inner child. Um, what do you call that? The theme was, yeah, trying to connect with your inner child. But I was thinking to myself, like, what really speaks a lot to me? And I noticed that the creative journey and the struggle of trying to get to where you want to and like achieving your goals really meant a lot to me. So I was like, how about I try to produce a film where I could talk about my struggles and also my, the good and bad of what happened in my journey. And hopefully other people would relate and resonate with it. So, yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so you stated in the description of your video that it took you around a week or so to create the film, which leads me to my second question. So how were you able to make this film in such a short amount of time? Like, did you get support into making this movie? And what are some difficulties that you faced while making this film?
So yeah, I did make it in a span of 1 week. Just looking back at it, I definitely think it could have been a lot better, but I'm honestly still proud of like the result uh, of what it was. But I basically just had to keep things simple. I just didn't have to
I see.
overthink everything. So that's why there's a lot of like static shots, not much movement because I mean most of the time I was just filming it by myself. I definitely had my
Oh,
brother and sister and some friends like helping me like set the camera sometimes or like set some lighting, but for the most of the time it was myself. And I had to sacrifice a lot of like free time because we had hangouts planned and all that with friends, but I was like, I need to finish this before the premiere date of the event. So I did all that I can in a
oh,
week.
that's amazing. You got all of the support
Thank you.
from your family and friends. That's nice. It's really nice.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, finally, what message do you want to convey from your film, and why do you think it's important for people to understand the message that you want to convey?
I think it's very important because you just want to be grateful of wherever you are in the process. It's a lot easier said than done, but you just have to trust in the process that it will be okay at the end. because at the end of the day, it's all about yourself that's really causing all this insecurities and all that. But through time, it will get better. Yeah.
Okay, very well. I would love to talk more about this film, but we have another special guest. And before that, can I please get an applause for Mr. Xander, please? Woohoo!
Thank you
I
for
love
having me.
you.
I appreciate it.
Next up,
Love
we
you too.
have our
Thank you.
guest from Indonesia, whose movie is actually a runner-up in the Indonesian Student Movie Awards. They hail from Kudus, and their film is called Jangkung Golak Wungsulan. This animation follows three friends and their encounter with an Indonesian folk legend. Without any further ado, let's watch Jelangkung Golek Wungsulan.
Semuanya udah kan, Maudi?
Udah kok.
Oke, Arga Maudi, kalian berdua pegang erat-erat jelangkung itu. Aku bakal baca mantranya. Ayo mulai ritualnya. Jalangkung jalangsat. Hah? Hah?
Wah.
Di sini ada pesta. Pesta kecil-kecilan. Jalangkung jalangsat. Datang tak dijemput, pulang tak diantar. Datang dan itulah kami.
Indra, kamu baca mantra yang bener kan?
Hah? Aku salah baca mantranya.
Kami nggak bakal ngapa-ngapain kamu.
Iya, bener.
Indra.
Hah?
Kita sebenarnya di sini nggak mau ganggu kamu kok. Kita cuma benar-benar butuh bantuanmu. Kita pengen kamu buat ngerjain tugas-tugas kita. Tapi nggak cuma ini sih. Ada yang ini, dan yang ini. Ayolah, tolong bantu kami. Kamu mau kan?
Yeay!
Udah selesai.
Yeay! Makasih ya, udah mau bantuin kita.
Udah. Karena di sini pekerjaanmu udah selesai, kau boleh pulang. Dah. Loh, kemana dia?
Biarin deh. Yang penting kan tugas-tugas kita udah selesai.
Iya juga sih, biarin deh.
Kamu keren, Indra. Aku yakin, pasti nilai kita bakal yang paling tinggi di kelas.
Ini ya, tugas kalian udah ibu nilai.
Wah, kalian siap? 1, 2, 3.
Kalian kalau ngerjain yang bener dong. Udah nilainya sama semua, jawabannya nggak bisa dibaca lagi. Kalian ngerjain tugas matematika, bukan suruh bikin prasasti nggak jelas kayak gini.
Hei Indra,
Hari ini nilai kalian
ini semua
turun.
gara-gara
Mau
ide
jadi
kamu
apa
buat manggil
kalian?
jelangkung.
Hah? Mana ku tahu kalau jelangkungnya nggak bisa nulis.
Pokoknya ini salahmu.
Hei, udah.
Udah. Ibu mau tugasnya selesai hari ini.
Tapi Bu,
Nggak ada alasan. Ini hukuman buat kalian.
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to welcome. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Kak Ludi today. Kak Ludi today, I wish you great health in this early morning. Pertama-tama saya mau berterima kasih kepada Kak Ludi karena sudah mau bergabung dengan kita di acara IFE ini. Semoga Kakak sehat selalu di pagi hari ini. Film animasi ini pastinya diproduksi dengan sangat baik. This animation was definitely well produced. Dengan menggabungkan plot yang bagus dengan komedi yang menurut saya sangat lucu. Dan jika Anda tidak keberatan, saya ingin mengajukan beberapa pertanyaan. Halo Kak Ludi. Okay, jadi this film mixes traditional beliefs with modern day problems, which is something so interesting to watch. Jadi film ini menggabungkan kepercayaan tradisional dan masalah modern. Dan menurut saya ini sangat unik dan menarik ya Kak, dengan komedinya yang sangat lucu. Dan aku mau nanya, ide dan film ini dari mana ya Kak? Dan kenapa Kakak memilih jelangkung dari semua legenda di budaya kita? Karena kan di Indonesia kita mempunyai banyak sekali budaya. Dan kenapa Kakak secara specifically pilih budaya jelangkung ini?
Oke, baik. Terdengar jelas suara saya? Cek, terdengar jelas? Oke, siap.
Jelas.
Oke, jadi jelangkung ini memang sebenarnya sama sebenarnya belief atau kepercayaan dari masyarakat Jawa ya. Paling mudah itu karena kembali lagi ke zaman kecil kita dulu, karena 3 anak SD tadi ini itu benar-benar ya, zaman kita dulu kecil itu pernah iseng main jelangkung ini sih, seperti itu. Jadi jelangkung ini salah satu media yang kita pakai, apalagi pada local wisdom kita, supaya anak-anak sekarang itu tidak shortcut, jadi tidak mencari jalan pintas dalam setiap apapun yang dia ambil. Jadi kenapa jelangkung? Karena pertama memang itu kembali lagi ke inner child kita zaman dulu. Jadi zaman dulu itu kita zaman SD iseng-iseng main jelangkung itu untuk mencari pertanyaan ataupun mencari jawaban. Kalau sekarang kan ada ChatGPT, AI, Google, tapi zaman dulu itu jelangkung ini yang bisa kita tanyain. Nah dari situ dengan komedi yang cukup ringan dan simple itu yang kita harapkan tiap masyarakat Indonesia ini bahkan nanti sampai internasional ya, seperti yang hari ini acara ini kita mengenalkan jelangkung ini sebagai salah satu budaya atau local wisdom dari Indonesia, seperti itu.
Oh gitu. Jadi film ini tuh lebih ke kayak mengeluarkan inner child Indonesian people, dan kita kembali lagi back to our childhood. We used to play jelangkung. Yes, that's very interesting. Okay. So di akhir film ini ketiga karakter utama kita ditegur oleh gurunya karena tugas mereka tidak diselesaikan. Karena itu saya mau tanya, apa yang bisa kita belajar dari ketiga karakter tersebut? Like, what is the moral of the story from this movie?
Jadi message atau moral of the story dari cerita ini adalah bahkan dari kecil kita harusnya tetap believe atau percaya bagaimana kita melewati setiap ujian yang kita hadapi atau tiap rintangan yang kita hadapi itu tidak ada jalan pintasnya. Jadi semuanya memang harus kita lakukan. Mie instan aja tetap butuh dimasak kan, apalagi hal-hal yang memang butuh proses yang baik, apalagi proses ini harus kita selalu lewati. Apalagi anak-anak sekarang SD, baik itu SMP, anak-anak sekolah itu kadang melupakan hal-hal ini, melupakan proses-proses yang bahkan penting seperti itu. Makanya dengan jelangkung, golek wangsulan itu artinya seeking answer, yaitu mencari jawaban dari tiap permasalahan mereka, tapi dengan sesimpel anak-anak SD itu PR-nya mereka karena malas mengerjakan sendiri, terus cari bantuan jelangkung ini. Nah itu jadi salah semua, karena tadi yang di filmnya juga ada semacam tulisan Jawa, Hono Coroko, Hana Caraka. Nah itu adalah Japanese transcript yang kita pakai, karena itu ya jelangkung ini memang beda dimensi saat kita tanya permasalahan hari ini dengan permasalahan jelangkung yang dia itu dari zaman dahulu, pasti jawabannya berbeda. Jadi seperti itu, kita harus tetap selalu mengikuti proses, apapun sesakit apapun prosesnya, seperti itu.
Oh yes, berarti we can't do anything instantly. We have to have process from what we're doing. We can't, of course, we can't ask help from ghosts.
Yeah.
Oke, untuk memproduksi film ini pasti membutuhkan banyak orang ya, dari cast dan juga pemain, dan pastinya animasi ini membutuhkan waktu yang cukup lama. This animation is gonna need like long time to make. Jadi apa beberapa kesulitan yang Anda lalui untuk membuat film ini?
Oke. Jadi karena ini kita mengambil film animasi ya, dan animasi 3 dimensi. Pertama kita memang kita kerjakan ini selama hampir 9 bulan. Jadi mulai dari tahap development awal, cerita, apa sih yang ingin kita angkat, apa sih moral value lokal kita yang bisa kita ambil dan kita sebarkan ke dunia. Dari situ saat kita mulai development cerita, brainstorming dan sebagainya itu dengan total 14 tim dan dibantu oleh guru-guru dan pembimbing. Jadi hal itu yang membuat kami selama proses produksi, terutama di teknis ya, karena kita pakai animasi 3 dimensi, hal itu yang membuat proses ini ya tadi, kembali lagi seperti apa film yang tadi kita angkat, itu memang cukup panjang dan lama, tapi saat kita sudah bisa memanage waktu dengan baik, kemudian manage timnya dengan oke. Jadi selama 9 bulan ini sampai akhirnya film ini rilis dan ke beberapa festival-festival film baik lokal maupun internasional, itu yang menjadi kebanggaan kami sebagai tim, seperti itu.
Wow, 9 months is a long time, guys.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I myself was an Indonesian, is so proud to have this animation. Like,
thank you.
Wow. Give round of applause, guys. One more time. Okay. We all have both amazing movie directors, Mr. Xander and Mr. Ludi, and I think that might be all the questions from us today. Because of that, we would like to say thank you for answering them for this and being a part of the event. Now, we have arrived at the Q&A session. So if anyone is interested to ask, please either raise your hand up in the Zoom meeting, or if anyone that is present with us today in the room has any question, please raise your hand. Does anyone have a question? Okay, I see. If there's not any questions to ask, if not, let's continue. Okay, so now we are at the end of the exhibition, and I would like to. Oh, there's a question, guys! Yay! Okay, please come forward.
Okay, so I have a question for Xander. What was the hardest part in making the film?
Sorry, can you continue that again?
What was the hardest part on making the film? For Xander.
Oh, for Xander. Okay, Mr. Xander. She asked if what's the hardest part of making the film that you made. If you can please answer the question.
Oh, right. So the hardest part, I would say, in the process of making this film would, well, I would say there's two things. For one, it was the time crunch I had. So I had only a span of 1 week to make it because the deadline was like towards the end of the week, basically. And that in itself just told me like I just couldn't overcomplicate the entire process and just had to make with what I do. And I guess the second hard part of the process was definitely writing, because I'm not much of a writer myself, but you know, it was definitely a little bit new territory for me, but I think I did pretty all right. So yeah, and there was a lot of like technical difficulties and all that that just occurred. So I would say that's the hardest part.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have another question? If not, let's continue. Okay. Now, there's another one who's gonna ask. Okay. We're on streak, guys. Please introduce yourself and ask your question.
Okay, hello. I wanna ask for Mr. Jailangkung yang ada di Kudus, boleh ya? For the animation. Aku mau nanyain, untuk kru yang dibutuhkan itu tuh seberapa banyak sih dan complicatednya buat production, buat produksi film animasi tersebut. Thank you.
Oke.
Oke.
Terima kasih. Jadi untuk kru yang kita butuhkan untuk buat sebuah short film ya atau short movie ini itu bisa bervariasi aslinya. Tergantung memang kompleksitas proses produksinya dari pre-production, production dan post-production itu seberapa. Jadi yang kita pakai untuk pipeline pembuatan animasi yang Jelangkung ini adalah 14 orang, tapi tetap dibantu oleh teman-teman dan guru. Jadi hal itu yang membuat kompleksitasnya itu bisa terbagi sesuai timnya. Mulai dari kita development seperti yang tadi saya sampaikan, terus yang Xander Fernandez tadi adalah writing process is the hardest thing. Jadi writing konsep ini memang salah satu yang paling kita pikirkan. Jadi brainstorming awalnya memang paling lama. Memang di konsep ini hampir 3 bulan itu untuk menentukan ceritanya. Baru dari situ kita masuk ke production proses. Setelah semua bagus, semua bisa dikerjakan, mulai dari konsep awal gambarnya, bahkan detail-detail karakternya itu sudah terkonsep dengan baik, masuk ke proses production. Dan production ini karena kita pakai software 3D, jadi di sini teman-teman yang fokus ke 3D itu mengerjakan prosesnya ya tadi 6 bulan lebih sampai proses post productionnya. Jadi saat post production semua tim yang terlibat itu ikut sebagai kontrol, dibantu oleh guru-guru dan mentor kami seperti itu. Jadi tadi kenapa sampai 9 bulan itu yang kami kerjakan memang dari development, terus pre-productionnya, production dan post production seperti itu.
Okay,
Semoga
so
membantu.
for the crew, you have to trust the process, right? Okay. We have another question. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Fatin, and I have a question for Mr. Xander. I wanted to know what it was like to work together with your crew, and I wanted to know if there are any complications within the crew, if you had one, because I'm pretty sure you did. And that's my question. Thank you.
That's a great question. So, my crew was my brother, my sister, and one of my best friends. All three of which have no filmmaking experience. So, I basically had to direct them on what I wanted to do. Most of the times, I would just have them like operate the camera or just check for like focus or, have lights or something raised up there. So, a lot of it's just communicating what I wanted with them. In terms of how I communicated that, I basically had to like dumb it down in a way where they would understand it. But I think most of it was myself, but from what they did on what I told them, I think they did a pretty good job. So definitely thankful and happy for them.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Xander. Next, I have a question for Pak Luthi. Pak Luthi, saya izin bertanya ya. Saya ingin tahu untuk membuat animasinya, Bapak pakai platform apa ya?
Oke, terima kasih. Jadi untuk platform ataupun software ya mungkin ya, software yang kami gunakan itu sebenarnya berbagai macam. Dari development saja itu kita jelas memakai semua yang kita butuhkan karena kita butuh meet, kadang ada yang dari luar kota ataupun kita butuh bertemu secara online seperti ini pun kita berbagai platform kita pakai. Nah software sendiri, saat software kita gunakan untuk produksi film animasi ini ada dua, yaitu untuk proses 3D-nya ada Blender dan Maya. Yang Blender inilah yang salah satu software open source yang bisa digunakan untuk mengerjakan animasi 3D. Dimanapun, kapanpun, karena Blender ini salah satu software open source yang bisa dipakai teman-teman semua untuk belajar animasi 3 dimensi dan memproduksinya. Tapi dari software lain pun kita tetap pakai. Dari proses pre-production kita butuh software untuk 2 dimensi menggambar, itu juga kita pakai Adobe Collection ataupun software-software lain, Clip Studio Paint, serta post-production juga kita memakai software untuk editing, seperti itu.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you for answering. I see you both are very hardworking movie directors, and Mr. Xander family support his movie. We have another question to ask. Please come up and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Azaria Visun and I would like to ask Pak Luthi, mau nanya kira-kira kenapa ya malah pilih style 3D dibandingkan animasi-animasi yang lain? Karena kan banyak animasi yang ada kan. Terus kenapa malah memilih 3D dibandingkan animasi yang lain? Udah itu aja sih, terima kasih.
Oke. Jadi sebenarnya pemilihan animasi style ya, terutama style baik itu 2 dimensi ataupun 3 dimensi itu memang sesuai dengan tim yang kita miliki. Jadi saat satu tim itu memang bagus di drawing atau menggambar, jadi saat kita menggambar itu, oh ternyata teman-teman kita di tim production ini bagus nih di style 2 dimensinya, berarti kita pasti memutuskan untuk buat style ini ke 2 dimensi. Tapi kalau memang teman-teman kita ini bagus di 3 dimensi atau proses produksinya nanti itu di 3D, kita tetap memilih style 3 dimensi karena pertama memang dengan timeline ya, sesuai dengan timeline yang sudah ditentukan, style yang memang sudah kita sepakati antar tim, jadi style 3D ini memang menjadi salah satu karena tim production kita itu teman-teman ini jago di 3 dimensi, itu seperti itu. Tapi di samping itu teman-teman kami yang lain pun misal dengan style yang 2 dimensi itu juga karena timnya sangat kuat di 2 dimensi, itu mereka pasti dengan style 2 dimensi mereka kerjakan. Jadi pemilihan style ini lebih ke pertama memang kesepakatan antar tim dan kita powerful di mana sih untuk teknis di animasinya, itu seperti itu.
Oke, terima kasih Kak.
Oke.
Okay, thank you everyone for answering the participants' question. Please give a round of applause. I see everyone is interested in the movies. Okay, so now as we are near the end of the exhibition, I would like to remind all of our participants that the Indonesian Student Film Award Cineplay, Cinecushion, and our great finale, Cine Award, is just around the corner. Cineplay and Cinecushion is being held on the 30th of October and the closing Cine Award being held on the 31st of October. We will love to see your attendance again at both of these events. Woohoo! So finally, we will wrap up this year's annual International Film Exhibition with some final statements. Thank you all to the guests that were willing to be interviewed today by Mr. Xander as well as Kak Ludi. Thank you all to the teachers and the staff that helped us prepare this event. And thank you to the head of the Indonesian Student Movie Awards, Rafaela, and the head of the International Film Exhibition, Zimara, who is in the Zoom right now. Hi, Kak Zimara. She's right here, guys, but she's at Zoom. Okay, thank you to all of our sponsors and media partnerships. This event will not be possible without all the people working together. We apologize if we said or did anything that wasn't in your best interest. We offer you our sincerest apologies. With that, I would like to bid farewell. My name is Nai, and this has been the International Film Exhibition. Peace out. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.